Yeah, hello, and welcome back to the grind here. So, not in the usual spot, am I? I'm out here in the middle of the woods, and we have the lumber mill here. This is a Frontier Sawmill OS 23, and this week mostly working with the tractor, which is the Husqvarna. What is this thing? Or no, not a Husqvarna. Kubota. It's a Kubota L25 L2501, which is a nice little tractor, and it's got a loader on it. And then I've got this thing here, like that's my little grader thing, but I've got this for a counter. There's where that thing went. I've been looking for this, right? It's supposed to be in here. Actually, it's supposed to be in there. But anyway, that's all right. Nice to find it. You put something someplace safe, and then 2 years later you might find it. Anyhow, this thing here, that's a big old birch log that I got stuck on there for a counterweight when I'm trying to lift heavy logs. You'll see that later on if you watch the video. So part of the video, the last half of the video, or the last 3/4 of the video, is working with the sawmill. And the first little bit of the video I was doing, you can't see it, but up through that crack in the trees there's a blueberry field up there that I mow half of it every year so that we have a nice blueberry crop. Anyway, and that's what's all about this time. And we did get I got a nice stack of wood out of it. Like this, all rough cut, sawmill stuff. Pine 2x6s and 2x4s and 1x5s and 3/4 inch. Either it's 2-inch thick or 3/4 inch thick. That's sort of the way I do things. And they're stickled up and let them dry off for a while. That's enough wood there for doing stuff. This is enough for this year out of this area. I'll come back again next year and maybe do another pile like that. But we'll let this dry out for a bit, and then we've got some uses for it at neighbor's places, fixing up his roof and things like that. Anyway, that's all for there. Get some light property there. That's better light. So this is where am I? Right down, where I sit and have a little bit of a chat with nature is that bench there on the halfway to the beach. So that's where I am, halfway to the beach. So hope you enjoy it all, and I'll see you later. Looks like the battery is pretty near dead. Okay, bye for now. There, the Hillman, 1963 Hillman, didn't get much love this week. I'm on to a few other projects that need doing. One of them was mowing the front field, the blueberry field, half of the blueberry field anyhow, so that we could get, it'll make for a nice blueberry crop next summer, right? And then the other thing is, here's the mower. I pulled that off the tractor just a few minutes ago. And there's the tractor. I've got it hooked onto the sawmill. I'm going to go down by the Y camp, which where the bench is, where I sit sometimes on the way up from the beach. I don't know. Yeah, I'll show you later. But, so, yeah, I was. There are new lips all over the place here. So I was out mowing this the other day. You can see the change in the height there of it all. Anyhow, I've still got to do, like, the whole field. I don't know, you can see the whole thing. It's blueberry field, that very wild. And so every second year I mow, every year I mow half of it. So the other half stays. So this part here I mowed like 2 seasons ago, and it was blueberries this season. That part over there still needs to be mowed. This part here, I'll leave it till next year, and it'll be blueberries for next summer. There'll be blueberries here, but the best crop will be over there, because blueberries come in a 2-year cycle, and they set their buds year number 1, and then year number 2 they flourish, maybe. Lots of blooms. So there was a pretty good crop down here this summer. That's word from the people that were picking them out here, just, all the neighbors. I don't pick them because I just don't pick them. Anyway, this is all cleared off mowed down, and we'll finish mowing it today sometime. Maybe I'll take the camera with me and I'll show you how it goes. See you later. Okay, there it is, all greased up and set to go. There's about a bazillion grease points on it. Now, this stuff here only needs to be greased every 10 hours, which happened to be today. So one there, 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 everywhere. And then this thing here, there's 4 points on it that needs to be greased every time you use it. So that one, and 2 in there on the blades. There is a grease point in the universal joint, but I can never reach it, so it gets about once a year by the time I take it apart. Anyway, that's how that is. Yeah, so here we go. Yeah, it's got 221 hours on it, so when it gets to 250 it needs a service. But here we go. We'll head out to the field. Yeah, okay, so here I am. I'm gonna make that high stuff on this. Same as this field. See what we can do. Light up the thing. I have that set to a spot right there, both the right height. Here engages the whatever you call it there, the PTO. And it likes to run at 540. Round about there, we're running. Part of the field I mowed last year, spring I think, and so it'll be blueberries next year. This part of the field will be blueberries the year after next, and I'll mow that part next year. Anyway, here we go. Wrong button. I've got it low rate. Around the field really slow, so I'll catch up with you later on. Yeah, here's some interesting. Big hole right there. I think I'll back up and go around that. part there I'll leave. This part here I'll cut. Might be some bad weather coming. We'll see. Take too long to get a little bit of an opening out there. But this is real funky here. So the camera sits up and down. And then if you went sideways on here, well, your asshole gets puckered up pretty good stuck to the chair. So that's the biggest reason for a seatbelt. I do have ROPS rocks on the back there. That gives you a bit of confidence if the tractor tips over. As long as you have a seatbelt on, you got a chance. Anyway, I'll just keep on going. It's coming along. Slowly but surely. I started way over there. That thing there, that bush in the middle there, that's there's a bit of farm debris in there that hung up on for a minute. I'll be able to get out of it. But you can see here how high this has grown for 2 years here. You see how much it grows into just 2 years. Well, it was spring 2 years ago that I did it. I leave this bucket down about that height just to push everything down and over that, so I won't get it into the radiator and stuff. You hear that stuff into the mower, right? Not there. Try to keep straight to the hill so I don't scare myself. Okay, carry on. Yeah, there we go. Sun's setting behind me here, and well, getting low anyhow. So that, I don't know, can you see that pine tree? That little pine tree out there, I've been letting that grow. Haven't mowed it down. And over there where the debris is, there's a little bit of bush there that I haven't mowed down because it's stuck right into the debris. Anyway, but that's all. That's a field mowed. I do this half 1 year and I do that half another year, so it's about 5 acres here altogether, and that's, you know, 2.5 or 3 acres that part, and I'll do the other 2.5 or 3 acres next year. Anyway, and then blueberries. Where are the blueberries? They gotta be blueberries. I think this side of the field doesn't have that many blueberries in it, but over on this side there's usually lots. Can't find any because I mowed them all down. There, that's all blueberries there. Lots of blueberries here. Blueberry, blueberry, blueberry. Yep, everywhere you look. Anyway, that's field mode, so see you later. Yeah, now in the gap in the trees there, And can you see that? There's a big old cruise ship going through there. Don't know how many stories that is, but it sure is bigger than any apartment buildings in Charlottetown. I think there's like 26 or 2,800 passengers on that, and then 1,200 crew, so like 4,000 people on there. And there was another one just like it in there. So that's 8,000 people extra in Charlottetown today. Anyway, that's cruise liners. See you later. So first thing to do is put a new blade on it and tension it up just to see if it works okay. And that seems to be all right. So like I'll just show you here, like when you put the new blade in, you pull this around and it sorts itself out, and it should be just like that far out on both sides. They're about equal. Yeah, see, right there and right there, about the same. So that keeps it tracking on the pulleys and makes it good. And these things here, the motor won't start if this door is open. So we'll run it back up. I have a couple of little bit of maintenance things I want to do on here. Well, listen to this now. You hear that? That's that right there, right? Must be pretty close to level here. A little bit downhill. Anyway, so that first thing I'll do is see if I can get this thing sorted out. That means loosen these two. What's happening here? Loosen this one, loosen this one. And loosen these two. And then that should just be able to tap that forward so that it comes up and meets solid there. Like that side there needs to be moved a bit too. That's something when I first put it together, didn't really like the instructions. The instructions are pretty good for putting this together, but they didn't explain it very explicitly here about what you should do with this. Anyhow, that's done. So now I've got, during this last time around, I did some cutting down at Terry's, and Terry decided that, like I don't charge anybody for anything, but Terry decided I should need one of these right there, and I should need a bunch of new blades. So he bought me a bunch of new blades, plus he bought me that thing there, which I've put on. And then if you have a shorter log, you can stabilize it there. It only needs 2 stabilizing pins, one here, one here. If you put 3, then it's gonna, won't be stable. 2 will make it stable. And then then the track level is pretty good with the way I've got it set up on here now. In fact, this is a great rig because if you have a helper, they can be up on the deck there and clearing stuff out of the way and moving timber and all that kind of stuff. It's great. It actually works quite well. So anyhow, now, and then this jack here, I take that and stick it right underneath the back here and just stabilize the back so that when a big log comes on it, it doesn't go whoop. It looks like this thing got moved over somehow or other. I don't know how. Like, see that? Not straight anymore. So I'll have to see about getting that straightened out. Okay, so first thing I'll do is, of course, there's an airplane up there. The first thing I'll do is see if I can get these rails so it doesn't go click click on it anymore. Anyway, there we go. Gap's tighter there now and it's level across. It still makes a clunk clunk, but it doesn't like make a chunk chunk, like it just goes clunk. Used to be I had to sort of push it past that point. So I think that's pretty good there now. I'll be happy with that. Now the dog is very helpful here, getting himself stuck in the sawmill. Oh well. What the hell, eh? Yeah, they're running, full of water. down there sort of where it's supposed to go. Not any better, right? It was full of mud daubers, yeah, mud daubers everywhere. That seems to be working okay. Turn that off. Oops, gotta put you down so I can turn off the water. Okay. That's water coming right there, hey? And that stops it. Anyway, I'll film a bit of, now I gotta loosen off this. That belt seems, or the, whatever you call that thing. The blade seems to be okay. I checked the oil, topped it up a bit. There, that takes the tension off the blade so that it's not too tight. Doggy got scared over there because he doesn't like the noise of it all. So what I'll do is I've got a new tarp for it, and I'll get a couple of tarp straps. Raining, of course it's raining. I'll pick up all my tools, right? And this thing here seems to roll pretty good, and I oiled it up with my, handy dandy oiler. So it gets to be the only thing you really got to oil. You've got to sort of put some oil on this felt here for the tracks, and oil this thing right here, which is a tensioner to hold it when you move it up and down, just to keep it at the same level. Sort of have to hang on to this anyhow, because it'll move a bit on you. Never have got that just 100% right. This is how you this thing here is a calculator for, where am I pointing? Calculator for all the different boards you know how to make. So 9/8 scale, 8/4 scale, and that, like 3/4 inch, that takes into account the kerf, which is the distance the blade is. This outside scale is actually absolute distance from the bottom here, from right here. The outside scale is absolute distance from there, and so when you get a log in there, then you figure out where you're going to be cutting it, and then you can adjust this scale here. And if you put it on 4/4, then that's 4/4s, which is 4/4 inches, which is 1 inch board, absolute, no kerf. 3/4, 1 inch, and I like cutting 2-inch boards. How do I get that out of it? 6/4, that's 1.5 inches. 8/4 must be 2-inch boards, right? So that would be 2-inch. When you're cutting 2-inch boards, that's that thick and absolute. So with the kerf out of it. Sometimes if you want to go inch, like a good 1.5 inches, 3/4 plus 3/4, then you can take 2 of them, but that doesn't include the kerf, and oh dear, then your math gets all off. Anyway, I'll remember how to do it when I get at it again. So and there's how many board feet per length if you're on the thickness and the width. Mostly I'll be cutting 10-foot. So 1x12 or 2x6, 8, 10-foot is 2x6, 10-foot is a 10-foot board. Anyway, that's 2x6 is what I like to cut. Parade behind me. Yeah, so where will I put it? I think I'll move it ahead a bit more and bring it out a bit more so there's room behind it, and then there's room to maneuver in here. That'll work. That'll work pretty good. Then we can stack lumber over there behind the tractor, and this stuff here will be lots of room for working around. Okay, I'll move it around a bit. Oops. So I've got a bunch of boards. I lifted up on the back of it and put those boards underneath there. Now that's getting pretty high. But when I want to be working on it, I might have to get a little ladder to stand on over here. Anyhow, so it's level across there. That's a good level. So now I have to level it up this way. So happens that's pretty damn level right there. A little bit down in the front, and that'll be good. Let's have a look here. Oh, a little bit up in the front now. I don't know whether, did I go the wrong way? I always go the wrong way. You hear the dog out there chasing rabbits. A little tiny bit more up in the front. There, now that's absolutely level. And so now I'll put my jack underneath here, and so that, you know, it won't tip backwards on it. Okay, get that done. Yeah, so there, that's got a jack in there, and it's all level each way. And I unhooked the tray, I unhooked that thing over there, whatever you call it, the strap, and we'll give it a shot. And it pushes along all right here. Feels okay. I might have to get as we cut some boards, I'll put them down here. I'll put some 10-foot boards down here to walk on. As we cut them, I'll get some 2x4s and put them right here. That'll be a walking trail. And that'll work. Yeah, so I'll get working on tomorrow and see if we can run a couple of logs through it. If this spot doesn't work out well, I'll move it over there. Only thing about over there, or over there maybe, the slope is downhill, and that might be just as bad. Anyway, we'll just see how we rake out. I'm going to start making lumber. So this thing here, which down towards the butt here, is just about as big as it'll take to go into that machine. And we'll cut that one first, then there's lots of it over there that we'll try and see if we can drag out of there somehow. But we'll get this out of the way first, make it into lumber, and then we'll see about the next one. We may not be able to get to the next one. Yeah, there's the next one right there, which is actually a reasonable sized thing. Used to be the top of that down there somewhere. We'll drag that up and get it out. And Russ is here with me. He volunteered to be a volunteer, and he's going to do some cutting. We'll see how things go. Yeah, so it's hung up a little bit on that. Not really cut right through, same over here. And so pushed it out with the tractor. And nice looking wood. Really nice looking wood.
Yeah.
That's Russ, looking like a lumberjack. I'm a lumberjack and I'm okay. Anyway, we'll keep on cutting this stuff up and make a few of them for going through the mill. Limb removal. Looks like that one is holding weight. Not anymore. Anyway, I'll get the tractor. Ready. Anyway, move some of that stuff. Let's get this guy pulled over the road. And we'll carry on and try and get that thing pulled out of the way. Yeah, we're starting to accumulate some lumber here now. That's so I can stand up high enough to reach the goddamn controls. And then over here, of course there's a jet airplane going over. Over here there's this stuff here. And then 1-inch garbage stuff, but some of that might be useful if you want to, I want to make some deck boards one of these days. Yeah, the next lift is one of those, there's 2 heavy ones over there. See if we can get the 10-footer up and move it over here. Yeah, now we got that big sucker on it. The rest is just going to take a little bit of debris off it. And the tractor lifts it, just barely. That's about as much as you want to lift with this tractor. There we go. Now I'll lift it up and see if I can get it onto the over there. I'll carry you along for a while, but I can't seem to carry you along for the whole thing because sometimes there's too many things going on, right? Yeah, that's pretty near as much of a load as you want to get. I've got a counterweight on the back of the tractor, but it's not really nearly as big as that log is on the front. Let's see if we can get it around here. And a little bit of a side hill here. So I'm going to shut you off because I need both hands to do this. Okay. There you are, boys. Little tiny tractor lifting great big log. That's amazing. We should measure that across that end.
Where's your oh, there it is.
See how big this is.
Here, I'll give you the long end there so you can get the measure.
Oh, it's only 20 inches. We can still go another 2 or 3 inches. I don't think the tractor would ever lift it though. Anyway, we'll get it tied onto the thing and then maybe I'll show you how we can start cutting it down.
Okay.
So this thing, I don't know if we can get this in here. I think we got to just, there's enough weight holding that, that's not going to go anywhere.
Yeah.
This thing here comes out all the way. And up she goes. I better start it before I can't reach the goddamn buttons.
Live television. Watch your language.
Oh yeah. Family channel. Skim that off. We had this board, this log turned that way, cut it until it was 12 inches wide across here, then 12 and a quarter really. Then we cut it down the center and are making 2x6s out of here. Just by 2 at a time they come off. Keep Russ busy. Hey? And they come off pretty nice. So I've got it on this blue line on 8. That's 8-quarter reel, so it's like real 2x6s. They're not, there's no, it's really 2 inches with kerf included. So I'll just put you up on here and you can watch this one go by. How's that? Yeah, there you go. There. Yeah, so that gets 2x6s right like that, and we'll take it right down to the bottom. And you notice that I hang on to that pole, that turning thing, when I'm running it, because I hold on to this because sometimes the blade will catch the grain and want to dive, and this will go with it, and it gets off your mark. So anyway, that's what that's all about. So we'll catch up with you next. Yeah, so here we got a bunch of 1-inch offcuts, and it's an awful thing to waste that stuff, like 3/4 inch stuff. I cut it 3/4 inch when I'm wondering what to do with it. But these are stacked in here. I'd like to see if I can make some 4-inch by 1-inch boards out of this. See what happens. We'll cut a couple of, we'll trim it down and then see what we go from. Tube, there you are. Yeah, so I had to put this board over here to hold them from flapping. But then now there's 4 1x6 or 3/4 inch by 6-inch boards there, which are pretty nice boards.
Yep.
So we'll be happy with that. There, might stack up another rail and do it. Okay, there's day number 1 done. We got that big one that was hanging up there for a year or 2 now. This is all Fiona damaged wood. So it made a decent little pile there. 1, 2, 3, 4 sticks high, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 or 9 deep. So that's a good pile of 2x6s, and there's some 1x6s in there too that we cut out. So I think we'll spend another day on it tomorrow, and then we'll see where we go from there. So see you tomorrow. Oh yeah, there. The expert cameraman. Russ is a retired cameraman from CBC. I'll hook it, you film.
Right?
You film, I'll hook it.
Okay.
You're the cameraman.
Well, the road keeps changing.
Well, you know, that's the way life is.
I mean, I'm versatile, but, you know. Alright, this should be leaving up the road now.
One more.
Okay.
One more.
Okay. Oh, right. That's not too good. There we go. There we go. That's buttoned up for the day. So we did all right. We did, here's the pile. Now I found out that cutting the these things, that's absolute 2 inches across there. Oops, right across. Everything's the same color, right? Absolute 2 inches, absolute 6 inches. So like a 2x6 from the store is 1 3/4 or 1.5 by 5.5 or something like that, eh? But when you're doing it on the mill, they cut them full size and then they come out nicer, number one, and if there's flaws in it, they don't show up as bad. Then these are the 3/4 inch boards that it cuts, which is, they're a pretty good board. Nothing wrong with that. If I take a router along the edge of them, and they'll be fine for doing deck boards, eh? This is that's a 5 inch, this is a 4 inch. That's a bit more than 1 3/4 inch. There's 3/4 inch stuff down here. And then I'll come by tomorrow or the next day, or next time around, and after a couple of days of this is enough of this, right? And I'll come by tomorrow and I'll make these into, these are all pretty good 1 inch or 3/4 inch boards, and I'll make them into like 4 inch or 5 inch boards. Now what did we get out of here? So used to be a big tree, went from that stump way up over there. This is the top of it left over. I'll pull that out and we'll make a pile that'll burn down sometime. Of course there's a jet airplane coming in. And then over here, the top of that tree came off, and that made, well, 3 or 4, because it was, see that it was split in the middle there. There was two stems on that tree, and so they were both that size right there, and that made some pretty good lumber. Mostly you just get a few 2x6s out of something like that. And that tree right there, there's still another good, at least 10 feet of board lumber there that we can pull out if next time I want to do some cutting. That's up high, it can sit there and dry. And then there's lots of other ones, like there's one here, you can see this stump turned up, eh? There's a big tree on that. Another big one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, there's got to be 10 of them in there that over the next year or two we'll get them pulled out. And there's another 10 feet of board on this one, 10 feet on this one here, and it's up high, so it might be useful. So anyway, it's nice to use this stuff up, Fiona would. Anyway, that's it for this video. So hope you enjoy it all. You just gotta, whatever I'm doing is what you get to see, right? So I'll be back on the cars next week, I think. Anyway, enough of this for today. Thanks for watching. See you later. Yeah, pardon the wind noise. Here's a different beach. This is down at the Rocky Point beach. But I came down here to look and see what's over there. two of them. That's maybe 8,000 extra people in Charlottetown today with those two things, plus a 1,200 crew on each one. So, you know, that's 10,000 people altogether, likely. Amazing. There you go.